What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to be doing a quick read for all the signs. I'm on the sign of Taurus. There's a few things that came up for channeled messages for you guys. There's a lot of stress and anxiety around your sign at this time. And I feel like it's a compilation or a combination of healing, blessings, discipline, expansion, endings, kind of all happening around the same time. There's something with your past that's being highlighted. Could have been a conversation, or maybe there's someone that you need to talk to about maybe whatever's going on with you. I think that a lot of Tauruses spend a lot of time taking care of the people in their life, whether it be kids or family, friends, and they don't really, I don't want to say you don't take care of yourself, but it's not like something that you would prioritize above other people. Like, you know, there's a need for you guys to release expectations when it comes to someone in your life. Maybe it's a thing, whatever you have going on, but as much as you don't feel like you're appreciated, you are. But I feel like sometimes you need to show that love to yourself as well. And doing whatever makes you happy, you know. Knowing that things will work out the way that they're meant to, especially when it comes to any type of legal proceedings. Basically, they're saying that you have the intelligence to bring about this equilibrium that you need in your life, but it also has a lot to do with being empathetic of others as well as yourself when it comes to things that you've been through, especially any type of death or ending in your life. Fixed signs have a hard time letting go of the past, and I'm not here to judge because I'm one as well, but I think that there's something that you want to do, but you're just not really sure how it will come about. But maybe it's time to release the attachment to whatever outcome that you're wanting, because it doesn't mean that it won't go in your favor, but sometimes things happen in the time and place that they're meant to. But that doesn't mean that you'll be stuck in this energy forever. It's just a time to reflect on things that could be holding you back, things you could be still holding on to, you know, illuminating the parts of your soul that maybe, for whatever reason, could be causing a lot of stress or being brought up again to you. There's a lot of things being revealed to you at this time, and there's a level of concern when it comes to maybe things that you are afraid of when it comes to maybe trusting other people or things about your past or whatever the case may be. But I do see success and happiness, but this is about you realizing that you hold the key to your own happiness, that your own thoughts manifest your own reality, and regardless of where you came from or what your parents did or what people think you should be, I think that sometimes your own expectations of yourself or other people hold you back from your true purpose. And you know what it takes to put the time and effort into things in your life to make them long lasting. But at the same time, if there's any part of you that needs that healing or that nurturing, then it's time maybe to take the time to do that as well, because these things don't really go away and they'll just continue to manifest in parts of our lives. And it could affect some decisions. It could affect, you know, how you're able to deal with certain things, or how you communicate, or, you know, there's a lot of past energy when it comes to like a home situation, maybe how you grew up, maybe how you were treated, or maybe when you stepped out on your own to create yourself, because you didn't have maybe the structure or the encouragement or the love and nurturing that you required, you're not really sure how to maybe care for other people, or express yourself in certain instances, or maybe talk about certain things, or just maybe embrace the parts of yourself that, and have that change, you know, the patience with yourself and the compassion for yourself and everything, showing that to yourself, because everything that you've been through has given you a lot of really great gifts, and maybe it's hard to see that sometimes, or you don't feel like people notice. But I do feel like there's a sense of dwelling on things, whether it's a partnership, whether it's someone's death, whether it's, you know, when it comes to an equal partnership, what that would take for you to have, whether or not that means holding on to someone from the past, or kind of taking your power back and doing things in your own way and being okay with that, even if it doesn't look like the textbook version of success and wealth and happiness. That's okay. Taking these new chances at something and having patience in the plan for your life, because your experience has given you the tools to make the decisions and be adaptable to all these situations that you're put in. I think that your mental health or your thoughts sometimes cause you to retreat from people, or keep things to yourself, or not communicate, or maybe not communicate in the most healthy manner. But at the end of the day, you're kind of your own roadblock when it comes to, you know, how you think about things and how things are manifested at times. You have the Six of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Five of Cups. You guys do hold kind of a high standing, and you have like a authoritative energy, but at the same time, like a lot of, sometimes I think that your confidence and your communication maybe brings about the wrong things, or maybe the wrong situations, but maybe there's something that's not being said that you don't know how to say. I feel like there is something in your life that you are expanding on, you're growing, you know, you're working on yourself for some of you guys, but it's the communication skills, and it's the working with other people, and the image that you have, whatever the case may be, it's changing, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be a certain way, and you don't have to hold yourself to such a high standard and be who people think you need to be, because your own power and your own way of doing things is going to bring you all the success that you could ever want or need. But when it comes to duality for you, in money and possessions and assets and income, there has to be an even playing field with whoever you're dealing with, or whatever partnership that you're in. Maybe it needs to be someone who's kind of on your level, you know, before you can be maybe fully devoted, or maybe you've always been the person who takes care of everyone and you don't have someone to take care of you, or whatever the case may be. But maybe it's being open-minded about that kind of thing, you know. Things don't have to look a certain way for things to grow, you know. Maybe there's just things that, you know, changes that need to be accepted and talked about, or whatever the case may be. But holding that vision to release the expectations on yourself, most of all, and other people, and not being so hard on yourself, because I think that the past sometimes has a way to creep back in, and then you have a way of dwelling on things at certain times, and I think that you fail to see the positivity or the optimism in certain situations in your life. And your future holds a lot of good things, but it's like, maybe it's, you know, celebrating your damn self, you know, maybe it's making these clear decisions and standing on them, and having a balance, and understanding that, you know, your lighthearted nature and your playful inner child is begging to come out, and that's the part of you that holds a lot of your personal power. And you're a really intelligent people, and you're patient, and the problem is maybe you're a little bit too judgmental of yourself or other people, and that could bring about some things that maybe you're going to be taught in a harsh manner, and it has a lot to do with some deep subconscious shit that really nobody wants to deal with, you know. Speaking the reality, speaking the optimistic things, you know, I will be successful, this is gonna work out, and throwing away the negative, because there's some people who think of you in a really high regard. People who are proud of you, people who have connections to you, maybe that try to have connections with you, but that you can work out whatever you want, basically. But it's about using all of that brain power to bring about this balance that you need. The Nine of Pentacles and the False Person. Some of you guys are really independent people, and it's hard for you or the people in your life to understand how much time that you truly need to work on things, and time that you need to yourself, or maybe someone you're dealing with. Some of you guys come off as really arrogant, but at the end of the day, like, this is how you get things done. You're used to doing things on your own, but it kind of comes off as maybe there's someone that isn't being completely truthful about what it is that they want in a certain situation, and what they would need to be happy or content in a certain situation. You know, a lot of energy of not really saying, you know, you don't really want to do certain things, or maybe you don't trust the situation, or it's hard for you to let these feelings out, or whatever the case may be. But you're changing your soul on a soul level, and it's important to be honest with yourself and other people at this time. With the Emperor and the Mature Woman, some of you guys could have had really strict parents, or your parents kind of held really high expectations for you, and that has a lot to do with you, you know, not wanting to fuck up. But then with this Five of Cups and the Coffin, there's a lot of regrets over a loss of someone. Maybe you regret that you maybe didn't expect to lose this person in this way, or you wanted them to see you succeed, and you weren't able to do that while they were still, you know, in this avatar. But if you think that they're not proud of you, or they're not watching you, or they're not with you every step of the way, they are. And maybe it's about being discerning in the truth, and listening to your intuition, and, you know, communicating more with your siblings or the people around you, and putting the time and effort into the things that you want to come back into your life. You know, maybe having a conversation with people, and, you know, not thinking so much, but acting on those thoughts that you have, and you don't really share with other people, because you don't owe really anybody anything in this life, even though people may give the impression that you do. I think that it's important to tell people how much you need that time and space on your own to think and make decisions and do things, that it helps you make clear decisions. And that's just kind of you know, without someone overreacting or whatever the case may be. You have patience and have faith. Not only that, but have courage when it comes to getting this stability, this house, whatever situation that you want. That a balance is needed for this to come together. You have inner child, soulmates, and home. Some of you guys could have maybe met a soulmate when you were really young, or this is like the idea of a soulmate that you had really as a child, or maybe it's something you thought that you would never have, but maybe there's some kind of fighting or something that needs to be worked out. But it does have a lot to do with communication, and I feel like this is an energetic, like, soul connection. But there's still some inner child work, maybe from when you were 16, and something to do with home that is being highlighted here. Like, maybe you never really felt like you were at home somewhere, or maybe this person didn't. Maybe you both need to heal your inner child, you know. Maybe it was something when you were 14, but really young energy that just needs to be healed, and creating your own versions of this and nurturing those parts of yourself, you know, having that lighthearted energy, and, you know, not procrastinating on the healing the parts of you that maybe aren't that pretty, or discerning through the bullshit, you know, what you really need to do. And maybe right now it's easier to retreat, but there's also a need to release some things to move forward, and it has a lot to do with emotions and, you know, having an equal give and take in relationships and friendships, you know, and nurturing those if that's something you truly want in your life. So then these issues don't turn into something really big in the future. So that's all I have for you guys. Have a good night.